All right, the barbell deadlift. You need to make sure that you're using proper form and technique. So if you find yourself rounding your shoulders or rounding your back and straightening your legs right away, you need to lighten it up, or you need to go back and practice your form and technique before you do this. So this is one of those exercises where you guys need to make sure that you're doing it safely and correctly. If you're doing it well, you can get a lot out of it. If you're not, you can potentially set yourself up for injury. So if you are doing this correctly, you will know because your back will be straight. If your back is rounded, then you are doing this incorrectly. So I'm going to demonstrate a few repetitions of the barbell deadlift. I want you to notice how my hips are going to sink back. I'm going to have my weight evenly distributed on my feet. My chest is going to be up, my shoulders back, and my back mostly straight. I'm going to be lifting with my hips and tightening my core as I go up. Every motion is under control, okay? No sudden movements. We're not trying to yank it off the floor aggressively. So we want to make sure this is under control, okay? So nice and slow, under control. Make sure you are using good form and good technique throughout the entire movement. Good luck. All right, guys, we are going to get into the bench press day workout. So this first series of exercises is going to be for the advanced portion. So if you have a home gym and you're able to do all the normal stuff in the workout, I'm going to demonstrate those exercises. So here at this particular station, I'm going to go through several. I'm going to do the barbell bench press. I'm going to do the incline dumbbell bench. I'm going to do the barbell upright row. We're going to do push-ups, and we're also going to do the dumbbell curl. Then we're going to move back, and we'll do the lat pull downs and the plank circuit. So with the barbell, obviously, make sure you load your bar. Make sure the bench is appropriate height, so you're not reaching too high off the bar to grab it. So you're going to go ahead and lay back. Make sure your feet are planted on the ground. Okay, we don't want our feet off the ground. We lose our control that way. Make sure you get an even grip on the barbell. Doesn't matter what your preference is, close grip, wide grip. Make sure your grip is even. Most barbells have indicators so you know where to put your hands. So once you have the barbell loaded, we're going to push that bar up and out. Make sure it clears the rack. Now notice, my shoulders are back against the bench. My heels or my feet are planted. And I'm going to slowly lower that barbell close to the body, right down to the chest. Okay? And then I'm going to drive, squeeze the muscles in the back first, push up through. Now notice, I'm bringing it down to the center of my chest, right? I'm not bringing it up high towards my face or my neck. I'm bringing it down towards the chest of the body. My elbows are in, and then I'm driving up through. Aim for the sternum. So if that barbell touches your sternum or chest bone, that's a good indicator that you're in good position. We don't want our elbows wide. We want to keep our elbows in, so that we can squeeze in the back first and drive up through. Good control down, drive up through. Next, we're going to do the dumbbell incline bench. So what you're going to want to do is make sure you have your bench at an incline, okay? Your preference as to, if you want it down a little bit lower, that's fine. If you want it up a little bit higher, that's okay. I'm going to keep mine in the middle here. And the dumbbell bench press, very simple. One dumbbell in each hand, lay back under control, and just like we do on a chest press, we're driving those dumbbells straight up. And again, keeping our elbows in. Okay, we don't want our elbows up really high. That's how you injure your shoulder. Keep your elbows down, closer to the body. Drive up through. We're not reaching, you don't need to overextend. Good control down, and drive it up. Dumbbell, incline, chest press. Next we have the upright row. So the upright row is going to be performed with a barbell. So the upright row is going to be performed with the barbell. And again, put your hands equal distance apart. And just like we start with the hang cleans, we're going to put the hips back a little bit or load the hips. And we're just going to push up and squeeze. Bring that bar straight up the body, elbows high. Always make sure your elbows are higher than your hands. Okay? No T-Rex arms. Elbows higher than the hands. And squeeze. Okay, you should feel a good squeeze in your traps. Good control on the way down. Upright row. Next, we've got push-ups. If you don't know what a push-up is by now, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm going to demonstrate. We want to make sure that our body is straight. We don't want our hips dropping. So what I mean is, we do not want hips down like this. We don't want our hips real high. Okay, keep your body straight. Good control on the way down. Touch the chest, drive it back up. That's a good push-up. Okay, doesn't matter if you have a wider grip or a more narrow grip. Good control on the way down. Chest touches first. That's a good push-up. Curls. Now the dumbbell curls, there are many variations that you guys can use. A common version is doing both arms at the same time. Now if you notice, we're not swinging and using momentum. Keep those elbows back, shoulders back, chest out, and we're rotating and squeezing, keeping those elbows back. Elbows don't come up. Keep the elbows back so you can squeeze with the bicep. You can do alternating, or one arm at a time, so one arm rests while the other arm works. You guys can do neutral grip, okay? You guys can do arms out or angled curls, that's fine. There are a lot of different variations that you can do with the dumbbell. All right, next we're going to do the barbell hang clean, and then I'm going to transition right into a barbell military press or overhead shoulder press. Now, if you guys remember the hang clean, there's 3 parts, all right? We have the bar. We're going to load it by dropping the hips, pushing the hips back. We're going to drive the hips forward, pull the elbows up high. Then we're going to catch underneath the bar and up with it. That's 1, and then down slow. So until you are able to do a good repetition with just the bar, make sure that you're practicing so that you are safe. Once the bar becomes easy, then you can add weight. Make sure you're able to do at least 6 repetitions before you start adding more weight. So it's a great plyometric and explosive exercise, but only if done correctly. Very similar to the deadlift or the squat and the other core lifts that we do. So I'm going to do a few repetitions of the hang clean, and then I'm going to go right into an overhead military or shoulder press. All right, guys, next is shoulder maintenance. I'm using 5 pounds. You do not need to go heavier than 5 pounds. If you have 2.5s, that's probably better. This does not need to be heavy, so definitely no more than 5 pounds on shoulder maintenance. Okay, there's 5 parts. This is going to help warm up the shoulders, warm up the connective tissues around the shoulder so that we can prevent injury and get our arms warmed up. So first we're going to lock our arms at 90 degrees and we're going to rotate out. Okay, rotate away from the body, keeping the elbows tight. Okay, we're going to perform the 10 repetitions, then we're doing raises. Arms stay locked at 90. But we are doing raises, under control, not fast. Once we have our 10, we're going to hold it up top and slowly rotate back and back down nice and slow. No need to go below parallel, okay? We don't need to go down here, right here, and back, okay? Then we're going to do a bent over or a rear delt fly. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades together. Get those rear deltoids warmed up. And once we've done our 10, we're going to come back to the front and do front raises for 10. And that is shoulder maintenance. Again, no heavier than 5 pounds. Next, we got chest dips, which we're going to use the dip bar, and then we're going to do skull crushers on a flat bench. So I'm going to jump up on the dip bar, and I'm going to perform a few good dips. Now the goal is we're going to lean forward a little bit so we engage the chest and the shoulders, and only go down as far as you are comfortable until you feel a stretch. If it hurts and you are overstretching or overstraining that connective tissue or those muscles, you're going too far down. So go until you feel a stretch and then push yourself back up. Next, we're going to do a skull crusher. I'm just going to use the bar, no weight, so I can demonstrate for you guys. All we want to do is lay back on the bench and get a comfortable grip. Doesn't matter where it's at, as long as it's comfortable. And all we are doing, arms straight, we are bending at the elbow, bringing the weight or the bar toward the skull or toward the forehead. And then we are pushing back up. If you are more comfortable, bring that bar to the top of the head instead of the forehead. So instead of here, you can bring it back a little farther and press it up. Down under control, press it up. Mostly a tricep exercise. The skull crusher. Next, we're going to do the bicycle crunches for the core. I'm going to demonstrate a few repetitions. All we're going to try to focus on is bringing the shoulders up off the ground and rotating the elbow across the body, pulling the knee in. Try to touch them in the middle if you're able to, and then alternate. And then we're going to do our plank plate tucks. So it's going to kind of look like a mountain climber a little bit, but this is something, all you need is a paper plate and a smooth surface, and you'll be able to rock and roll. So first we're going to do the bicycle crunches. Hands behind the head. I'm going to kick one leg out. So one leg's going to start up, the shoulder off the ground, elbow reaching up toward the knee, and then over. Rotate, over. Keeping that shoulder off the ground. We're never going backwards. Alternating as we bring the knee in, and shoulder off the ground, elbow across. Now the tucks, really simple exercise. We're just going to put one plate underneath each foot. Make sure you are on a smooth surface, and we're going to bring both knees into the chest. Plank plate tucks. Have fun. All right, guys, we've got lat pull downs. Now, a mistake a lot of people make when they're doing lat pull downs is they pull the bar all the way down in front of their body. No good. We want to pull the bar just like we're doing a chin up or a pull up. Pull the bar right below the chin to the chest. All right, now we're gonna do our plank circuit. So the plank circuit is going to be 4 parts. We're gonna start in a low plank, then we're gonna go left side, right side, and then into the high plank. So I'm just gonna hold each position for a few seconds so you guys can see what it looks like. And we're gonna try to do each 30 seconds without dropping our knees. If you have to rest, that's fine. But the goal is to keep that core activated and those stability muscles activated. So the core circuit is gonna start in a low plank. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Then we're going to go to our left side, stack the feet, hold it for 30 seconds. Then we're going to go to the right side, again, stack the feet, 30 seconds. And then we're going to go to a high plank or a push-up position, 30 seconds. That completes the circuit. All right, now we are on leg day, which is everybody's favorite day of the week. So we are going to be doing our barbell front squats. We're going to be doing a barbell RDL or Romanian deadlift. We've got dumbbell goblet squats. We're going to do box jumps. We've got dumbbell step-ups. And then we have band core twists. So I'm going to go through each exercise again, give you guys a few repetitions of each exercise, a few coaching points to make sure that we're doing things safely and correctly. And then we'll be done with the leg day portion of the workout. So first, we're going to do our barbell front squats. Now, there's a few different ways people hold the bar. You can hook it with your thumbs, but you want to make sure you keep your elbows up so that that bar rests across the top part of your chest. Or you can have the bar across your chest and you can do an X or a cross with your arms. So you can hook it with your thumbs, keep your elbows up, or you can cross your arms, have it roll back on your chest to support the weight. So I'm going to do a few repetitions. Now I prefer the cross. For me that's comfortable, that's what I've always done. Some people like the hook method where it's just their thumbs, whatever you're comfortable with. So you want to make sure that the bar is even on your chest. It's not off balance. Make sure that your feet are comfortable distance apart, usually just outside the shoulders. You can have your toes turned out slightly. We're going to push our hips back, just like we would on a normal squat. We're going to squat down low under control. And we're going to drive back up with the hips. Control on the way down. Drive it up and squeeze. Control on the way down. Drive it up and squeeze. That's the barbell front squat. Next is the barbell RDL. Now the Romanian deadlift, a lot of times is confused with a straight leg deadlift. They can kind of be interchangeable, but the idea is we don't want to be completely straight with our legs. We want to give our knees just a little bit of movement. So the knees are going to unlock. No, we're going to keep our chest out and our shoulders back. And the key is, just like a normal squat, we're going to push our hips back. So we're not squatting straight down. We're pushing our hips straight back as the bar slides down the shins, down toward the shoelaces. So my hips are back, chest is out, shoulders back. Once that barbell is down by the shoestrings, then we're going to pull with the back. So notice how I'm activating my back, and my hips are driving forward at the same time. So good control on the way down, keeping the core tight, driving back up and squeeze. It's all about that hip drive. Down under control, up and squeeze. Now these do not need to be heavy. You don't need to put a lot of weight on RDLs to make them work. All right, dumbbell goblet squat. We've done these many times before, but all we're going to do is take a dumbbell, something that you can do 8 or 12 times, whatever the repetitions are. We're going to hold it in the palms of our hands just like this, up against the body. Okay, kind of like a front squat, but the ability to get a little bit lower and get a full range of motion is going to be easier. That weight's going to pull us down. Good squat form. Okay, feet shoulder width apart, toes out slightly, chest out, shoulders back, and then drive it up. So the same thing, we're going to hold it up. It's almost like a variation of a front squat, but we're able to get down a lot lower. Elbows to knees. And up and squeeze. Good control down and up. Box jumps. So the box jump, if you have a surface that is stable, if you have something that you're able to jump up onto safely, go ahead and use it. If not, we have the stair jump variation. So most people have stairs in their home at some place or another, and you can jump up to the second step, the third step, whatever height that you're able to, a little bit easier because you can gauge the distance based on your comfort level. Whereas a box is just one height. So if you have a box, you can do the box jump. The idea is you want to step away from the box to begin with. We don't want to be right up close to the box. So give yourself some room, and we want to hips back, okay, arms back, and as we drive the hips forward, we want to bring the arms up to help with the momentum. And the idea is we want to land safely and securely on the middle of the platform in a controlled manner. Okay, we don't want to be flying off, hurting ourselves. So we're going to good squat down and up. Okay, we don't want to slam our feet, right? Good control down and up. So if you have a box, you can use a box. If you have a very sturdy chair or if you have steps, it's going to work the same. As long as you have something about 36 inches or so, you'll be all set. Dumbbell step-ups. Now dumbbell step-ups you guys can do, again, if you have a step or a stair, that's probably going to work best. If you have a chair will work. But the same idea. So we're going to have one foot up on the step or the chair. We're going to have dumbbells, one on each side. Now the goal is, as we step up onto, we want to drive that knee up high and then control it back down. Drive the knee up high, control it back down. Drive it up high, good control and balance, and back down. That's a step up. Now we don't actually want to step all the way onto the box. We want to control with some stabilization. So that's why we're leaving that knee up high, practicing that knee drive, just like we do with a lot of our speed and conditioning work. Getting used to that motor movement. Let's see. Band, core, twists. Now the band, core, twists, depending on what you guys have available, if you have a stretch band of any kind, you can pretty much do this exercise anywhere. You can loop the stretch band around a door handle. You can loop the stretch band around something sturdy or stable that is not going to move on you. All you want to do is make sure you have some tension on the band. So make sure you're applying resistance all throughout the movement. And all we want to do for those core twists is keep our feet planted and rotate from one side completely over to the other side and control it back. Rotate from one side all the way over to the other side and control it back. Good core rotation, keeping the hips and the legs straight so it's just the trunk or the core that is engaged. Good control, good squeeze. That's the advanced version of the circuit. So if you guys have home gym equipment, barbells, dumbbells, and things like that, that's going to be your primary circuit for leg day. All right, guys, we are going to go through the leg day conditioning circuit. So we've got a combination of squat jumps, plate, mountain climbers, burpees, scissor lunge hops, and knee hug sit-ups. So I'm going to go through each exercise and do a few repetitions to demonstrate what they are. Now the circuit is intended to be done one exercise right after the other. So as soon as you're done with one exercise, move right on with little to no rest. The idea is to challenge your aerobic capacity, to challenge your muscular endurance so that you can improve.
You don't want to stop and take rest in between each one. Defeats the purpose of the conditioning element. So the first activity is squat jumps. Now squat jumps you can do a variety of different ways. I prefer to do them with my arms out first, and then as I jump, bring my arms back. Good squat down. We don't need to get really high. We're not aiming for the ceiling. These aren't max output jumps, but just getting a good hop or a good jump. Drive those hips. A good squat jump or squat hop. The plate mountain climbers, very similar to a normal mountain climber, except we're not picking our feet up off the ground. Both feet are staying on the ground. I'm going to use these mats because it slides a lot easier than on a hard surface. So if you have like a kitchen floor, or you have a hardwood floor, or even in like your basement, if you have just concrete, it's usually going to slide really well with paper plates. If you have the kind of flexible plastic plates, those work really good too. So a plate mountain climber, really simple, just like a normal mountain climber. Drive those knees in, full range of motion, and go at a tempo that you believe is challenging for you. So obviously I was doing them very slow so that I could show you guys what they look like, but go as fast as you're able to go. Allow yourself to be challenged. A burpee, we've done burpees a million times, but I'll demonstrate them just because everybody likes to see what they look like. So again, a burpee, we're going to go all the way down, touch the chest, all the way to the ground, up, and hop. We're going to go all the way down, chest to the ground, and hop. That's a burpee. Scissor lunge hop. All we're doing is splitting a lunge or a split squat, and then switching legs. On the way up, all the way down, good control, and switch. Knee hug sit-ups. Knee hug sit-ups. We're going to start with our body out straight. We're going to bring the knees in, and we're going to sit all the way up and hug the knees. We're going to kick them all the way back out, bring them in, hug those knees, and then back out. All the way up, hug the knees, and extend. That's a conditioning circuit for the leg day workout. Have fun.